Hello, welcome. In this video, I am going to show you um, how you can use a custom image for your launcher icons with your Android projects. And for that, I'm going to use this image. The SVG format, and it is convenient because of its simplicity. This format is easier to convert to an Android launcher icon. Let me start by creating a new project. Launcher icon example. And let me move this window around here, and I need to exclude this applications folder from my antivirus. And now I need to create a new activity because I do not have one. So let me go to my the main package, create a new class, and this class extends app competitivity, and I need to override the onCreate method, and I need to set this activity's content and r.layout main activity, and I need to copy this because I need to create this file. But first I need to create the resource directory, and this is of type layout. Now I can create here my file, and I'm going to ignore this file because it's not important for this exercise. I need to add this activity. I need to register this activity to my manifest file. Activity, main activity. This is exported through, I think, scenes, Android 12, label, and I need to create a resource for this. This is going to be activity main title, and I need to create this resource. Here, duplicate this and change its name, and launcher icon example. I think that is the proper title for this activity. I need to set the theme, and this is I don't know the name of the theme of the default theme of this project. So let me go here and create a new one. It starts with style / format, and to launch to run this project I need to define an intent to launch this activity, and this intent this activity is going to listen for intents with the name main and a category launcher. So now we can run this app. Let me get rid of this namespace. I don't need it. So now I can close this and this. I don't need Gradle around here. and I need to move this to a new window and fix it here. Now I can take a look at the icon. So it is the default icon for every Android application. In this case, this device uses squared icons. The launcher icons for Android projects are defined here in the MipMap folder, and as you can see, there are two versions. There is an IC launcher for where devices where the icons, the launcher icons in certain devices are squared, like in this case. But there are other cases where the launcher icon is rounded, is a round icon. For the launcher icons for an Android project, we need to consider two situations. The first, in the first case, we need to define icons that are considered to be legacy, and those types of icons are used in an Android version is version less than 26 of the API. So I think 26 is Oreo. So we need to consider these icons for legacy devices, and we need to consider another type of launcher, which is for Android version 26 greater or equal to 26, which is Oreo. The legacy icons are defined with a WebP image format, and we need to define five different versions, one for each device's density, HDPI, MDPI, etc. And for the versions for the Android greater or equal to version 26 Oreo, we need to define another type of icon. In this case, these icons are considered to be adaptive, because they adapt to many contexts, many devices, or many contexts. For example, you can see that in this type of icons, we do not consider the density of the device, because the one single icon is going to adapt to every type of device's density out there. And of course, these icons are defined with as vectors. Remember that vectors are lossless in terms of resolution for our device. And in this case, the launcher icon uses two resources, the background and the foreground. And I'm going to start by creating my background. So I need to define this. My background is going to be a solid white color. For that, I need to remove all of these lines. In this vector, I just need to remove all of these lines and set this element. Remember that the vector can grow to any size without losing resolution. Let me set this to white, red, green, blue format, and I need to copy this resource on here because I'm going to use it later on. And now I can create my launcher icons. So I need to create new image asset, launcher icons, adaptive and legacy. And I need to define the foreground, the foreground and the background. For the foreground, I'm gonna pick this little bird I have here, and for the background, I need to I'm gonna pick the white background that I just created. Now I need to adjust the size of the foreground image was designed, the image needs to be inside the safe zone. The safe zone is this little circle here, and I think around here, I think it's like 55, maybe 54. Yeah, I can see that the image is inside the safe zone, so I can proceed and click finish. And let me pick another device. I need to consider. Remember that I need to consider API, the icon, the launcher icons for Android API version 24, less than 26 and greater or equal to 26. So 24 is all right, and I think I'll pick a version 35. Here it is. So now I can launch this app. There it is. I need to go back. So here it is, the Android Square launcher icon for version of API 24 of Android, and this is for 35, which is defined as a rounded launcher icon. But remember that this is version 26. So in reality, this device is loading this image here around it. And this device, version 24, is running these icons, legacy icons. So there's another thing that you need to consider. There are devices where the user can customize, where not customize at a certain level, because the user can choose colors for their icons that are responsive or adaptive to its environment. In this case, the wallpaper of the device. So as you can see, this device is a wallpaper is some kind of bluish. So the icons, the theme icons, can use that background to define its own color. Its own colors. So as you can see, the icons are taking the background colors to define its own color. So we need to consider that in our in our adaptive icon. So for that, we need to create another resource here, which is some kind of monochromatic version of the icon. We can see here. So I'm going to change this name to mono for monochromatic. Okay, and this vector needs to be either white or black, and those are the colors that are going to be drawn on the background of the icon. And let me edit this file. So remember that we need to define black or white colors. It doesn't matter if it is white or black. The area with color is the area that is going to be drawn over this bluish background. So I think I need to change the color. I think I'm going to change the color of the snout of the bear to white. And here, as you can see, we have an image with at least 3 colors. Try to pause. Yeah, we have 3 paths, and these 3 paths define our image. So the first part is like the body. The second part is I think is a part of the body where the light strikes. It seems that the light is coming from above. And the third part is just the snot, and I think the wet part here that are the paws and the eyes. So we need to consider that for our image. I think I'm going to go with the body. So I'm going to remove this path, and I'm going to change the background, the color to white. So let me run this app. So the icon is going to contain only the body of the bear. I need to set this image to the launcher icon here. So I need to add here the monochromatic version of the icon. So I paste it around here. This is monochrome, and the resource is this one, and I need to set this to the square version of the icon here, and paste here. Now I can run the app. So as you can see, there is our icon. This is the end of the video, and thank you so much for watching.